Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. There's some news with Seiko today. You might have seen that on Hodinkee and on other YouTube pages. So about a month or two ago, I bought myself an SKX 009, the Pepsi one. I already had the 007, but I heard that these might go extinct. So decided to go for it. It's not a big financial risk or anything. And bought one, really like it. Really like the dial, and it's a different vibe from the 007. So the SKX, in case you still don't know, that's really the entry-level professional diver. It's a proper ISO diver, 200 meter, and it's a watch that gets respect from anybody. Doesn't matter if you have 2 watches, 20 watches, if you're a millionaire or whatever, you can wear Patek Philippe and still enjoy Seiko SKX. They have a great look. It's not the best watch in the world, and it comes usually either on an awful rubber strap or a jangly bracelet, but not worse than the old bracelets from Rolex. I mean, not much worse really, and you can upgrade it to something else. And it's just a cool watch. Great to go on holiday, of course, and you can go diving with it. It's a great everyday watch with proper 200 meters of water resistance, day date. And yesterday, as I was talking about my collection, someone commented that they were hoping I would still be talking about affordable watches. And I do want to do so, and I replied that I was just looking at the Seiko website, looking for something new and exciting, and nothing was really inspiring. And today they had this release right here from Seiko 5. You see the logo has changed. I don't know if it's for the best or not. The Seiko 5 logo has always a bit ruined the Seiko 5 dials, but it never stopped me from buying a Seiko 5. I have quite a few, and I enjoy them. You know, it's they go from $100 to $300, and they're cool watches, usually with 100 meters of water resistance. And the SKX was the special one. You know, it's the Seiko 5 with a proper professional credentials. And so they released this watch here. There's a little movie, very fancy. They've even opened Instagram page. So you see this young dude looking, I don't know, we used to dress like that in the 80s. We thought that was cool. The singer from the band Aha was looking very much like that. Anyway, show your style. It looks like they try to be young and fresh, disruptive. Find your style. Skateboarders, what does that guy do? Photographer, a chef. Yeah, you need an SKX to oh no, sorry, it's not about the SKX. It looks like the SKX, you're gonna see. And a content creator, could be me. So the lineup, they have a sport lineup. So the watch, as you can see, has a lot of the SKX thing. Pretty much the same dial, same hands, day date, crown, guards, crown at 4 o'clock. Looks like the same case. Obviously, you see already there's maybe a better type of bracelet, although it's probably not a great bracelet at that price point. So, which is probably going to be around the $300, probably slightly upped from the previous price points. So it looks like an SKX, but clearly with the fashion tilt, and we'll get more into that. So this bracelet, you're likely to change it, and frankly, I prefer the Jubilee type of bracelet. At least it's funky and fun. So there's the sports, there's the suits, the specialist, the street. Yeah, that's me, and sense. And they have an Instagram page. Let's have a quick look on Instagram. 2 posts, 1,000 followers. We're not quite there yet, Seiko, but keep it going, keep it going. All right, so let's dig a bit into probably the main one you're going to be interested in. The other ones, it's just different colors, a bit of a different texture on the dial. I'll show you quickly the sense. There's a green and a brown one with NATO straps. No. What I liked about the SKX is that you basically had one model, well, 2, the Pepsi and the all black one, the 7 and the 9. You could get a smaller version, the 13, and occasionally you would see the orange one. But that was about it. The SKX basically is the 007 or the 009, and that's why it became a cult. And that's the problem that Omega has. You know, they make a beautiful watch with the Aquaterra, for example, and then they release 2 different sizes and 15 different colors, and then they add complications. You know, that's not the way you create a cult watch. There's only one Rolex Explorer, there's only one Rolex Submariner, and then there's one with the date. That's it. That's how you create sort of exclusivity. Omega does it well with the Speedmaster Moonwatch, but then again, they create a bunch of limited editions. So back to the SKX, let's go to the sports model. So this one is probably supposed to be the sportier version of it. Let's try to dig into that a bit further. That website, I already hate it, I can tell. Let's try to go back to where I was. There you go. I hate the Seiko website. Sometimes you Google it and you can't even find the bloody watch. Seiko 5 Sports. Oh, you gotta go down here. And finally you find the watch. Boom. Again, more commercials before they show you the watches. Anyway, you get the watch. So, I don't know if you can see it here. It's a bit of a guerrilla style of video making. I wanted to do this a bit faster. So there's a Pepsi there, there's a black, there's a blue. I guess the black is the closest to the 007. Let's check it out. I'm not a big fan of that logo already. It's such an eye catcher. When the Seiko SKX, which by the way might or might not be discontinued. Some people already jumped the gun, say it's discontinued. That's why I bought one just in case. I bought the 2 versions. And the thing is, it has a great look about it. There's nothing that just ruins it. And this new logo, I don't know, man. It's quite well made as a logo, but it's also a bit of an eye catcher. I'm not sure about it. So anyway, it looks like a bit like the old SKX. You get a better movement for R36, which I've known to be very accurate. Although the accuracy officially is horrible. It is like minus 40, plus 45, minus 35. But you should hope for something better. The great thing here is that you can wind it manually and you can hack. You can stop the seconds hand, so you can really and you can really set it perfectly. And it's a movement that's really fast to turn. I really like it. Exterior hard legs, Lumi Bright, nothing new. Trifold clasp. Other detail. So now it's a detail. One thing, the main thing about the SKX is the ISO certification, 200 meters of water resistance. Here you just have 10. So there you go. There you know you just have, and it's the same across the whole range. So basically 13 millimeter thick. So basically you understand what's going on here. And what's been going on with Seiko for the past year or two. They upgrade parts of the watch, but then they take something back, or they increase the price to a level which is not fun anymore. Because, you know, if you pay the retail price, or even usually get 10-15% off, you're still gonna take a hit when you try to resell the watch. Here 10 bar, it's just a fashion watch basically. Nobody with a nice collection of Rolex, Omega, whatever, is gonna want to have that thing in their collection, while everybody wants to have an SKX. You just can't help it. And it's gonna be the same across the whole range, different colors, blue, bit of Pepsi, the orange, and yeah, this doesn't replace the SKX in any way, but it looks like it, so it's weird. So my advice, get yourself the SKX 007, 009, get the 0013 or the 013 if you have a small wrist. You might as well get the orange one as well. And this one, I don't know, if there's a color that you really love, this one is all black. Usually it looks like a good idea for 5 minutes, then you buy it and you hate it after 2 hours, I can tell you that much. Let's go back. The other ones, The suit style, I just want to kill myself just reading that. You see, when you wear the SKX with a suit, you look good. You look cool, but this, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna wear that with a suit. The red one here, decent color, fake patina. That's a bit of unusual for Seiko. They don't do too many of these. I've seen that on some pilot watches. Mesh. I don't know what quality of mesh you can expect there. This one is probably the coolest looking. It's a bit interesting. I don't know. If you really insist, I will buy one and and review it. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna dive to the depth of the ocean anyway. 10 atmospheres is sufficient for me. But you just know the thing is, the SKX, you can just keep it in the shower anywhere. It's gonna take it can take the heat. This one, actually, this one is green. I was looking through my video here, but actually it's a green color. Ooh, green is the color. Who sang that? Pink Floyd. Oh, this is awful. This is red. This one kind of blue with a bit of thing. I mean, you get the idea. It's fashion watches. This one. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. It's just a little fashion watch, and I bet the price point will be higher than what you're used to. And these are blacked out. That's really horrible. But you know, I'm almost 44. I guess if you're 15, you might find something that really pleases you. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. They probably made their market research and decided that releasing about 30 models was the way to go. Kids want every color in the rainbow. Street style, that really speaks to me. That really speaks to me. You can't even read anything on this one. But if you see yourself in it, let me know. Let me know in the comments which style is represent you. Maybe it's the scents, the green ones, almost like touching grass, and there's a brownie. Ooh, yeah, I want brownie with a red bezel. That's funky. That's funky. Maybe if I was just getting into watches, I would be a bit more tempted, a bit less cynical about this release. I'm very sorry if you find me cynical, but maybe I'd go for that brown with some texture on the dial. It's quite funky with the Rolex green. No, it's more like a turquoise. Of course, yeah, why put a nice green when you can put turquoise to ruin the watch? Yeah, so it's the 5 Sports SRPD, and then a whole bunch of different things. And well, if that's your style, show us your style. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not too much. I'm not gonna be into this one, I'm afraid. I'm gonna wait for the next one. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna babysit my 2 SKX, and those are probably the ones I'll give to my kids. I'm not gonna give them any of these. All right, guys, take it easy. Au revoir.